was that people wanted money. Like in the beginning, since like the dawn of time, before there was even a currency system where we actually had actual money, people would trade stuff. And we learned in history books that they never really ever gave anything away. If you were going to get this good, then you were going to have to trade a good back in order to get it, and that was their way of money. And what they wanted to be more successful was have more goods to trade. And then as like currency systems developed, I just think that the definition varied because there were people who made it and there were people who weren't. I think that people that went along the way, they settled for what they thought they reached their success in life, but they didn't reach that ultimate point that was wealth. But they settled for what they thought was good for them, and that became their American dream. And then there was people that started following afterward. Like, there's, like, in reality TV, there's a show called Cake Boss, and then for, like, the competition, it was everyone going towards the top of the cake, and then, like, people stepping on each other and bringing each other down so, like, the other one will climb higher. And that's the way I looked at it this way. Like, there's so many people going towards that one dream that's so hard to get, and there's going to be people that are, like, stepped on, like, won't get jobs, people that, like, because of where they come from or because of what they believe in, won't necessarily have the same chances as others. Like right now, we have more chances at a better education than kids at other public schools who maybe don't have, like, this isn't a school that we have to pay a lot of money to go to, but it's a school that some other kids don't have the chance of going to because of the places maybe where they live. And I think that now the American dream has been where we've seen it every day. Like I know sometimes driving through Houston, when you pass the gas stations early in the morning and the weekends, there's people like waiting outside for like someone will come pick them up for work, and many others might think that that's a waste of time, but they came here and they left everything behind to get something. So I feel like the fact that they're just standing there hoping that they'll get work is work on their part to get to reach the dream, because they could easily be just not doing anything, hoping that it'll just show up to them. But like the fact that they actually wake up early and go wait like in gas stations or in corner stores to actually like have someone who needs volunteer workers or helpers to like pick them up, I think that became the definition of the American dream. But I think that originally everyone wanted money, but everyone settled for a different part of a wealth status.
No, I know who would know you said. I believe that if you're like middle class or if you're poor, then your chance of American dream, even if you reach it, it's less secure. You're more likely to fall out of reaching your goal, because when the rich, because when you, let's say you buy like a house and you have kids, you're more likely to your house to get foreclosed on or your kids to get bullied or shot at than the top 1% of the United States. So like your American dream is more likely to have holes in it and for you to fall through the cracks than like the rich, and like my political cartoon shows. Like right here back then it was like work hard, you can achieve anything as long as you put in the effort. And now the rich are like, oh, the government will take care of me. You know, I will never go broke because the government will bail me out. So I think that the rich, when you're at the top, once you achieve the American dream, you have a lot less chance of falling out of your success than somebody, let's say the top, or 49% of the country.
I think that the American dream does change a lot, because back in the day, the people that came from, like, let's say, Spain, or from anybody that came to the United States in the beginning, like in late 1700s and the early 1800s, they came and the USA started getting worried that, you know, they might be smuggling things into America. So they changed from 4 years that you could become a citizen to, I think it was 15 or 14? 14. So it does change a lot. And then also in Gatsby, Daisy at first wanted to be with Gatsby, then Gatsby left, but Gatsby was very poor. And then she left with Tom, and I feel like she was only with Tom because of his money, because she wanted to feel rich, and she wanted to feel special. She wanted to feel that, you know, if she wanted something, she could go and get it. And as soon as she saw Gatsby and he had a big old house, and that, when she went inside his closet, he was like throwing shirts at her. Like, it does change, because at first she wanted to be with Tom because he had money, and all of a sudden, as soon as she sees something better, she goes with Gatsby. So I think it does change a lot, and like it relates back to that, how her picture, how it is changing, and how the real is, like, as soon as we get close to the dream, something changes and we go for something new.